Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. What's going on, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And join me today as we take a look at the DC collected editions in the October solicitations of 2024. So let's go ahead and get started. And welcome back, everybody. Now, before I go any further, a big thank you to our patrons for making videos like this possible. Could not be doing this without you all. And if you're interested in purchasing our logo on stickers, on t-shirts, or hats, coffee mugs, whatever it is, that can be found on our spread shop. Both of those links are in the description of the video. And, of course, smash that like button. There's a nice surprise in here. And it could be because I did send that list that you all, that's right, you all voted for the most wanted DC Omnis and Absolute editions. So maybe somebody looked at that list, but we'll see. We'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. All right, let's go ahead and get started with these books. And as always, I like to mention that some dates are subject to change. So sometimes there's delays. Hopefully there's no cancellations, which is the big no-no here. We want to see these books in the catalog and then solicited and then, of course, in your hands. So hopefully no cancellations, maybe just a delay here and there. All right, let's go ahead and start. With the Sandman, the complete Shakespeare collection, which makes for an interesting collection. Neil Gaiman, of course, writing the stories in here. The artwork by Charles Vess, Brian Talbot, John Ridgway, Michael Zulli, who we just lost recently, and collecting issues of Sandman 13 and 19, and also the issue 75, which is, of course, a follow-up. So this is all featuring the character of William Shakespeare, who plays a big part in Sandman, believe it or not. I don't know how I feel about this collection because, honestly, it kind of spoils what happens at the end, but to each their own, you know? Maybe you just want to check out what the heck does William Shakespeare have to do with Sandman. Teen Titans Go on TV. This is written by Amanda Diebert, and I got to interview her a couple of months ago. This is $12.99, and it comes out January 7th of 2025. So, featuring the Teen Titans of course, Robin and Cyborg and Starfire and Beast Boy and Raven. But maybe some other characters show up through here. Batman Santa Claus Silent Night. A story by Jeff Parker and Michelle Bandini doing the artwork, Trevor Hairsine doing the artwork, and Danny Kim. Cover there is by Dan Mora. This one is $17.99, 128 pages. And comes out November 26th of 2024. It is a soft cover. Red Hood Outlaws Volume 3. This is the Patrick R. Young series. Nico Baskudian is doing the artwork. And every time I see Red Hood Outlaws, I always think of the series that started off with the New 52 with Scott Lobdell. But this is actually the webtoon series that has become really popular. 208 pages. And $16.99. This is a 6x9 trade, so it is a standard trade paperback size, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Well, no, I take it back. It's a little bit smaller, but it's not quite digest size. It's not quite compact size as they've been releasing things. Batman Detective Comics, Volume 4, Gotham Nocturne Intermezzo. Batman Outlaw. This is written by Ron V. and Dan Waters, Liam Sharp, Jason Sean Alexander, Christopher Mitten, collecting Detective Comics 1076 to 1080, and $19.99. This is a soft cover, 200 pages on sale the last day of the year, December 31st, 2024. You have characters in here like Talia al Ghul and Cassandra Cain, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Azrael, Mr. Freeze. Nightwing, Volume 6, Standing at the Edge. It doesn't say in the solicitations what is collected in here, Other than the 300th issue, the monumental 300th issue, with a special contribution from Nightwing's very own creator, or one of his creators, of course, Marv Wolfman. So it is Tom Taylor and Marv Wolfman with Stephen Byrne and Bruno Redondo, Sammy Bastri. $24.99. It is a hardcover. But outside of that 300th issue, I'm not sure what else is collected in here. And I'm just giving you the solicits that I was given by DC. Superman Volume 3, continuing the Joshua Williamson run with Tom Riley and Jamal Campbell. This is $16.99, 128 pages. It is a softcover and coming out on December 17th, 2024. Now, this one here, they also did not give me any sort of content, but I was able to just do a little bit of research, and this collects Superman 16 through 21. So I hope that remains the same. We will see. And Tom King continuing his run on Wonder Woman with Volume 2, Sacrifice, and Tony S. Danielle, Gillian March, Danielle Samperi doing the artwork, and $19.99, 160 pages. It is a soft cover and coming out November 19th, collecting Wonder Woman 7 through 12. The Flash, Volume 2, Until Time Stands Still. This is continuing the Simon Spurrier series. Ramon Perez, Bosco Georgiev, and Scott Koblish doing some of the artwork. $19.99, 184 pages. Collecting The Flash 7 through 13 and the 2024 annual number 1. Harley Quinn, Volume 2. I Don't Like Me. That's the I, like your eye, not the letter I. Teenie Howard, Sam Maggs, Gretchen Felker Martin, and Grace Ellis. My goodness, Kelly Jones, Sweeney Boo. Collecting Harley Quinn 32 through 37, $19.99, and a softcover. I did not know this was coming back out to print, but this is The Witching Hour, the 2024 edition. This is the story by Jeff Loeb, Chris Bachalo, and Art Thibert on artwork. And this is the story of Amanda Collins. And she's able to give people a chance, to change, but it depends on what their true heart's desire is. I found this series to be stunning. I've really liked it. Chris Bachalo, of course, doing the High Cost of Living, but I remember he was coming off of Steampunk when he was starting to do this series. I'm surprised they didn't go with a hardcover for it, though, but it is a softcover, and it has 160 pages and retails for $19.99. Let's talk about some DC's finest books. Catwoman Lifelines. So, collecting Catwoman 1 through 4, Catwoman 1 through 12, which is the ongoing series, Catwoman Annual number 1, Batman Catwoman Defiant number 1, and then stories from Action Comics Weekly 611 to 614, and Showcase 93 1 through 4. 600 pages, $39.99, and this is, of course, the beginning of Catwoman post-Crisis on Infinite Earths. It is interesting how this is mapped. I remember helping somebody map their custom omnibus, and we put things in there like maybe her first appearance in the modern universe and the pages of Batman Year One. But the fact that they collect the Catwoman miniseries 1 through 4, the Batman Catwoman Defiant Annual number 1, that makes me really happy. Some of this has been collected in trade paperback, mainly the Jim Balance stuff, but not that miniseries. So Mindy Newell, Peter Milligan, Mary Jo Duffy, and of course art by Jim Ballant, Tom Greinberg, and J.J. Birch, just to name a few. This one comes out December 17th. Really excited for these DC's finest. I want to see what these are like. These are big books. Because the next one, DC's finest, Justice League of America, The Bridge Between Earths, is 616 pages and retails for $39.99. It is collecting Justice League of America 45 through 72, so you're looking at the years 1966 to 1969. And the work of Gardner Fox, Dennis O'Neil, Mike Sawowski, and Sid Green, just to name a few. This one comes out November 19th of 2024. We're not done with DC's finest because we're also getting Green Lantern, The Defeat of Green Lantern, collecting issues 19 through 39, The Flash 143, and The Brave and the Bold number 59. So we are looking at the Silver Age of The Flash, of the Hal Jordan era. John Broome, Gardner Fox, Bob Haney, Carmen Infantino, Gil Kane, Ramona Fredon, just to name a few of the creators. $39.99, 600 pages. And it seems like they are putting a lot of work into these books. So I know people have had a fear of like, oh, it's going to be one of these things. They do one volume and they're going to cancel it. I'm having high hopes, just the fact that they're mapping these, like they have other books and other volumes in mind. So it really depends on the sales. Interesting that they're going modern, they're going silver, they're going golden age for some of these books. And not just ongoing series, but interesting enough, they're also doing events. So DC's Finest events, 0 Hour Part 1. So 0 Hour will contain Part 1, the first of 2 collections. Superman 93, Flash 94, Legion 70, Green Lantern 55, Superman and Man of Steel 37, Teen Titans 24, Dark Stars 24, Valor 23, Batman 511, Batman Shadow of the Bat 31, Detective Comics 678, Legionnaires 18, Hawkman 13, Showcase 94, 8 through 9, Steel number 8, Superboy 8, Outsiders 11, and 0 Hours Crisis in Time 3 through 4. Now, if you're wondering, wait a minute, how are they going to have 3 through 4? Where 1 and 2? Those will be collected in volume 2, because remember, it was a countdown, so it's like issue 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0. So 0 through 2 will be in the next book. 496 pages, $39.99. It's weird to say, this one's a little bit on the slim side, because we just saw a book that was 616 pages. That is insane. And that price point, my goodness. We have a lot of DC's Finest, by the way. Next up is DC's Finest, The Legion of Superheroes. Zap Goes the Legion. This is collecting Adventure Comics 374 to 380, 378 to 387, 389 to 392, 403, Superboy 172 to 173, 176, 183, and 184, 188, 190, and 191, 193, 195, 197, and 203. So in here, you're going to find the works of Jim Shooter, Dave Cockrum, George Tuska, Win Mortimer, Nelson Bridwell, Carrie Bates, $39.99, 584 pages. DC's Finest, The Flash, the Human Thunderbolt. So collecting the Showcase 4, awesome. So we are starting with the Silver Age, 8, 13 through 14, and Flash 105 to 123. So this will have the Flash of Two Worlds, which is the meeting between Barry Allen and Jay Garrick. So we're looking at late 1950s, I think, for these books. They will tell you the years on the actual books, by the way, which I think is phenomenal. This one has 632 pages, $39.99. Carmine Infantino and Joe Kubert on that cover there. DC's Finest, Justice Society of America, for America and Democracy. So this is collecting All-Star Comics 3 through 12. So we're looking at stories from the 40s. So this is Golden Age. You have Gardner Fox, E.E. Hibbard, who did the cover, Sheldon Moldoff, and Hal Sharp. $39.99. This one's huge. This is 632 pages. Coming out December 3rd of 2024. Superman Kryptonite, the deluxe edition. I missed out on this one. I think this is a new printing. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I thought this had been released before as a deluxe edition. This is collecting Superman Confidential 1 through 5 in issue 11. It's got a sketchbook by Tim Sell, an introduction by Darwin Cook. And this is one of those rare times where Darwin Cook worked with Tim Sell. Darwin Cook wrote it, and Tim Sell drew it. $29.99, 160 pages. Both of those gentlemen are missed. And it is a deluxe hardcover, so it means it's oversized. Elseworld Superman Volume 2, the 2024 edition. So this collects Son of Superman, Superboy's Legion 1 and 2, Supergirl Wings, and Superman True Grit. 352 pages, $34.99. So in here you're going to find the work of Howard Chaykin and Mark Farmer, J.M. DeMatteis, J.H. Williams III, Alan Davis, John Byrne. And Elseworld, meaning that it doesn't take place in the DC continuity. The Death and Return of Superman 30th Anniversary Collection. So 184 pages. It is a soft cover, $16.99. It doesn't exactly say what it collects, but I assume it's going to collect the death and some of the return. It cannot collect all of the return. Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, Roger Stern, Louise Simonson. And on artwork, you have Dan Jurgens, Tom Grumet, Jackson Geis, John Bogdanove, just to name a few. $16.99, 184 pages, coming out December 10th. Superman Volume 1, Super Court. So this is Joshua Williamson's run with Jamal Campbell and Nick Dragotta. Collecting Superman 1 through 5. It is a soft cover for $16.99. So it is Superman back in Metropolis. And of course, back against Lex Luthor. Batman by Tom King, Book 1. It's really interesting that they're reprinting the trade paperbacks, the skinny trades, and now we're getting fatties. We're getting big, thick collections. So this is the Tom King era, of course, with artwork by Mikhail Janin and David Finch. And this collects Rebirth number 1, Batman Rebirth 1, sorry, not Rebirth itself, but Batman Rebirth 1, Batman 1 through 20, Detective Comics 941 to 942, Nightwing 5 through 6, and Batman Elmer Fudd, which is phenomenal, by the way. Special number 1, 600 pages, $49, and comes out November 26th. This actually has more than the deluxe hardcover editions, because this has Night of the Monster Man, the whole event, not just the Batman issues. So that's really interesting that they're collecting the Detective Comics and the Nightwing issues. Batman Bruce Wayne, Murderer turned Fugitive. Hells to the yes. Wow, that I was so happy about this one. Collecting Azrael, Agent of the Bat, 91 and 92. Batman, the story that kicks it off, Batman, a 10-cent adventure, number 1. Batman, 599 to 607. And Batgirl, 24, 27, 29, 33. Birds of Prey 39 through 41 and 43, Nightwing 65, 66, and 68 and 69, Robin 98 and 99, and then stories from Detective Comics 766 to 775, and Batman Gotham Knight 25 through 32, 1,152 pages, $125. Ed Brubaker, Greg Rucka, Devin Grayson, Scott McDaniel, Rick Burchett, Steve Lieber, Roger Robinson, and that is just to name a few of the creators working on this big book. It is all the story of how Bruce Wayne is being sought after because he could be a murderer and then he could turn fugitive. So it's been available in trade paperbacks, and then it's been available in thick trade paperbacks, and there were a series of 3, I think, of the thick trade paperbacks. But this has the whole shebang. Batman the Cult, the 2024 edition. It is Jim Starlin and artwork by Bernie Wrightson. I thought this was going to be a deluxe edition. And please correct me if I'm wrong. Whenever we looked at the catalog, I thought it was going to be a deluxe hardcover. But it is coming back to print as a softcover edition. $19.99 and 208 pages. But Jim Starlin, Bernie Wrightson on Batman, worth it. Even if it's not, a deluxe edition. Dark Knights of Steel Volume 2. This is the softcover edition that collects Dark Knights of Steel 7 through 12 and Dark Knights of Steel Tales from the Three Kingdoms number 1. $16.99, 208 pages. Deathstroke the Terminator by Marv Wolfman, Omnibus Volume 1. One book that was in the catalog that surprised me. This is collecting Deathstroke 1 through 25, Deathstroke Annuals 1 and 2, New Titans 70, Superman 68, Stories from Showcase 93, 6 through 11, the character profiles from Who's Who in the DC Universe 9, and the definitive director of the DC Universe 23. It's got a brand new introduction by Deathstroke co-creator Marv Wolfman. The cover there is by the phenomenal Mike Zeck. Now, it's got artwork in here by Steve Irwin and Will Blyberg and Art Nichols. But, of course, stories from Marv Wolfman, Stephen Grant, and Len Wein. $125, 920 pages. And next up is Injustice, Gods Among Us, Compendium Volume 1. So let's see what is collected in this. It's a thick book. 1,048 pages, $59.99. So collecting Injustice, Gods Among Us 1 through 12, Injustice, Gods Among Us Annual 1, Gods Among Us Year 2, 1 through 12, Year 2 annual number 1, Injustice Gods Among Us. Year 3, 1 through 12, and the annual number 1. Coming out December 3rd. Multiversity, Harley screws up the DCU. This is the Frank Thierry story with Logan Fairbear. And the cover there is by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, collecting the Harley Screws Up the DCU 1 through 6. This is the softcover edition. Joe the Barbarian is coming out with a 2024 edition. It is a softcover, $19.99, and collects all of Joe the Barbarian 1 through 8. It's a phenomenal story by Grant Morrison, artwork by Sean Murphy, and coming out November 26th. Outsiders Volume 1. Anytime I see that, I get excited. I'm like, oh, they're going to make an omnibus. They're going to start reprinting the classic Outsiders. Because I was a big fan of The Outsiders by Judd Winnick. And I know when most people probably think of The Outsiders, they think of the Batman and the Outsiders series, the original one from the 80s. But I really like that Judd Winnick era. But this is the Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing series, who I really enjoy. Robert Carey doing the artwork with Roger Cruz supplying that cover. This collects the first 6 issues of The Outsiders, and it's a softcover, 160 pages, $16.99. Poison Ivy, Volume 4, Origins of the Species is coming out. G. Willow Wilson, Marcio Takara still drawing the issues. Jessica Fong doing the cover there. And this is a hardcover, 168 pages, $24.99. And collecting Poison Ivy issues 19 through 24. And next up, we have the Suicide Squad Dream Team. So this is by Nicole Maines and Eddie Barros. And this one's $14.99. It is a softcover, 136 pages. And this is coming out on December 10th. And to wrap up the books for solicits in October of 2024 is one that came by a complete surprise, and that is Absolute Promethea Book 1. I didn't think they were going to do a reprint of these. That's freaking awesome. Woo! I'm so happy that this is being reprinted for the people that missed it. This is by Alan Moore and J.H. Williams III. And I know most people are like, oh, it's Alan Moore, it's great. J.H. Williams III's artwork in this is freaking mind-blowing. I'm so glad they're reprinting these. It was voted in our top 20, so hopefully they'll go through and reprint them all. The third one, I believe, is the hardest one to find. But book 1, no, the first one is the hardest one to find. Book 2 and 3 were pretty easier to find up until a couple of years ago. I think they're all gone now. But this collects Promethea 1 through 12. And by the way, a big thank you to my buddy Trumbo for still trading me these books. Gentleman and a Scholar. $100, 328 pages, and it is an absolute edition. Now, when these books come up for pre-order, don't forget to check out our sponsors. BD Cosmos, the Canadian leader in graphic novels. They have a physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec, and their website, bdcosmos.com, offers 25% off your order of over $99 or more, and free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order of $200 or more.
Their shipping care is exceptional. Your books will stay cozy through the rough Canadian weather and arrive to you in near mint condition.
After checkout, let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you'll be added to the monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers.
Don't be afraid to call or email them. Ask them questions. Their staff is always happy to help guide you towards the right purchase. Visit their website, bdcosmos.com, for more. BD Cosmos, with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Eh?
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And those were the books in the October 2024 solicits for DC Comics. Let me know in the comments down below, which ones you were most excited for, which one you were like, what? I can't believe they're doing this. And, of course, what books you want to see in future solicits. Let me know all those comments down below. Smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet and you're still made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you so much. That's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.